Howdy, folks. Welcome to another episode of EMF TV. I believe this is episode 9 or maybe even 10. And I finally have a female coach, fellow fitness professional on. The wonderful, fabulous, very informative Dee Cronin of DC Health and Fitness. Dee, how are you? And what are you up to today?
I am great, and thanks for having me on, Owen.
No problem.
First podcast.
Kind of not podcast, but like video YouTube.
We're kind of counting.
We can. It's possible to change it to podcast eventually, maybe. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, look, I'll start away with the first question. How did you get into the health and fitness industry, and where are you working now? What are you doing in terms of your health and fitness journey for yourself and your clients?
Well, if I'm totally honest, got into the health and fitness industry totally by accident. But the best thing that's ever happened. So I had the usual freaking out about the leaving cert, wanted to do my PE teaching, always sporty, always into it in some sense, but never knew that I really wanted to be a coach or a personal trainer. And of course, didn't get the points that I wanted, and ended up in Recklage and CIT, of course.
Go Recklage.
Went from there. So I ended up doing my work experience and the whole lot, and getting a job in a gym, and I've been there since. And we started the whole DC Health and Fitness end of things, I guess, about 2 years ago now. So it's kind of flown really fast, and just said that I would put my own name out there, put my own stamp on things, and put some informative content out there too. So, and it's been really well so far. Absolutely loving it.
Brilliant, excellent. Yeah, big shout out to Recklage, my former course and myself. Who are the clients that you work with so on a day-to-day basis, and kind of why do they come to you?
Okay, so I would never turn anyone away, but the most or the biggest part of my client base would be the weight management end of things. So I would be mostly working with people who are overweight or obese. So project weight loss is a big part of that at the moment, and I've been working on that ever since I was in college and ever since I started, and it's a brilliant program. The other end of it then, I guess on a more personal level, is teaching ladies to lift. So we have the barbell squad, which is going really great at the moment, which is like a group of people come in, bit of banter, train, bit of lifting, bit of knowledge at the same time. But no, they're two really great classes. And then of course the personal training kind of kicked off then a little bit in the last 2 years. So weight management mostly, with the ladies who lift side of things then too.
Awesome. So the project weight loss, could you talk a little bit more about that? Kind of, what is it? Where do those people come from, and where do they go down the line?
So it is a 12-week program, but I always say that it's not 12 weeks to lose weight or anything like that. It's 12 weeks for me to teach you a little bit about exercise, about healthy eating, and lifestyle factors as well, of course. So it's looking at the whole picture and giving you the tools to do this yourself, so that you don't have to be reliant on a coach or a personal trainer. Now, it might not sound like the best business plan, but I'm here to teach people and to show them what to do and give them the tools to take their health to the next level as well. So yeah, it's been running. So I've been doing it for 7 years now. So I absolutely love teaching it. So it's great. And we run 3 courses a year. So it's based out of Bishopstown at the moment, and it's run with Cork Sports Partnership as well. So it's 7 years of that now at the moment. Yeah, so it's crazy to think it's been that long. But no, it never gets old, and I absolutely love working with those guys.
Brilliant. So the barbell squad, you obviously have a lot of weightlifting experience and thoroughly enjoy weightlifting if you're still doing it. How do you kind of promote females to get into weightlifting more, or to kind of convey the message that this is a great form of exercise, as I even know females in Leisure World and even in the Mardyke that they call maybe the weightlifting section the men's area and the cardio is the female area. How do you kind of get through to them that that's not the case?
It's gas, alright, because they'll come in for an assessment. They'll be like, I don't want to go over to that corner now, like, this corner. I don't want to do that now. They're like, okay, so, what's the goal? So, well, I want to tone up, I want to look a bit leaner. I'm going on holidays, and I'm like, okay, so, well, what's toning up? Like, that's muscle muscle mass. That gives you your shape. Well, how do we build muscle mass? Well, we eat nutritious food and we do a bit of strength training. We get strong. We focus on that. And I kind of got a bit of a bite there then, and I tell them about the barbell squat and they bring it in, and not fully convinced yet, but then they come to the class and they're loving it and they really get into it, and it's not a case of forcing it on people, but it's just giving them a bit of a taste and letting them see for themselves, and that they feel so much better, so much more full of energy, that it's not focused on numbers or losing weight, but actually getting what you need out of it. But no, I love it so much. It's great.
Brilliant. I can imagine, your enthusiasm and your passion for what is being sold, the idea of weightlifting really comes across, and you probably you learn by doing, and then they see by what you do that it is a good idea.
Yeah. And just see that they can do so much more than they think they can as well, you know, and then like, God, Jesus, I don't know, could they lift that now? And they absolutely smash it. And just to see themselves progress a little bit each week as well, and it just becomes less about weight or numbers or holiday goals or anything like that, but just about coming in with a group of girls, having a bit of banter, doing a bit of lifting and training. It's a bit of a social outlet every week then as well. So, no, so fun.
Absolutely, and that leads me into another question. I'm sure with the Project Weight Loss and the Barbell Squad, the social aspect of it in terms of support but also enjoyment, do you find that is almost the results, or the hope of the results gets them in front of you, and how much they enjoy it and that sense of belonging keeps them coming back?
But that's what brings them back really to the course, because I mean the industry at the moment is flooded with options left, right and centre. So, you know, you can get a personal trainer anywhere at this stage, but what keeps them coming back, I guess, is the relationship and getting on and having fun and people with similar goals surrounded with them. And it's a group situation where they don't have a fear of coming every week, but actually, do you know what, we actually have fun in this class. So I'm going to come back next week, and I think I'm going to keep signing up. So yeah, it's a huge part of it, absolutely. And that's how it should be too. You know, it shouldn't be all serious and focused on numbers. Not I don't think so anyway. I know that anything that I would do or keep up, it's the social side of it too, and enjoyment and being part of a group. Like with anything, it's not even just health and fitness, I don't think, no?
Yeah, we're tribal beings by nature, so we want to identify with a grouping. And I guess yourself, you've been lucky, I've been lucky that from an early age we identified with health and fitness, and we're like, do you know what, I like that, I want to be about that, I want that to be what people think about me. And then we look at other people who may not be the case, and you must see that in the trenches of, let's say, the rest of the gym, those that just kind of come in and do their bit and don't really push themselves. And again, maybe that's their goal. But how do you find dealing with, let's say, you train in the normal gym and you see people doing things that mightn't be as good as it could be, or maybe making mistakes or talking about things at the water fountain? How do you deal with that, or do you just earphones in and head down?
Okay, to be fair, sometimes earphones in, the head down, and they're
weekdays.
At the same time, you know what? I'm sure I didn't do everything perfect when I was starting either, and I'm sure I had ideas about things that were completely off. And you know what? That's okay. And there's some people that want to come in, do their thing, keep the head down, and that's what they're there for. Nothing wrong with that, absolutely. But for the people that want the social aspect of it and to be part of a group, then we have that option for them too. So, you know, I think as a coach and a PT, your eyes are kind of opened a little bit, and you start to notice everything that goes on around you. But of course, you're there to offer advice and to help out a little bit. But I mean, I wouldn't be nitpicking at everything then either, you know.
Yeah, you'd have a job on your hands there that would never end, probably.
And if you're there to be helpful, then sometimes it's best not to say anything.
I think so, yeah. Silence is just the best course of action. So you mentioned there that maybe in the past you did things you probably now would cringe at. What helped you make those steps to a little bit more following the science or following good practice? Was it through your college work, or was it your own kind of initiative, or even trial and error?
Oh, trial and error. As in, the only way you're going to learn is from, well, completely messing it up and doing it wrong. So overtraining is a big thing, and I don't mean that I was doing too much, but I didn't look at the whole picture. And I guess as coaches and PTs, sometimes we think that we're superhuman and can ignore the fact that we actually need to rest and recover. Now, we offer this advice and we tell it, and we know this, but we don't always quite practice it as well as
Nope.
we should. And at the moment, I think you'd nearly hand out it's like seen as that you'd hand out a medal for the fact that you can last on no sleep and work all these hours and do that. But you know what? At some point, you have to take a step back and look after yourself and your own mental health as well. So it's like a huge part of it, the lifestyle end of it. So by doing it wrong is the only way you're going to figure out what you need to improve on. And I know that for me because I've done things completely backwards and overdone it and trained too much and thought I had to be in the gym for hours, absolutely smashing out everything and eating too little or being too strict on myself and not realizing the fact that, you know what, I can actually eat the things that I enjoy as well and that I'm going to adhere to that long term as opposed to my lovely broccoli, chicken and rice. And you know what, if you want to do that, that's totally okay too. But personally, no, I need to have things that I enjoy in moderation and look at it as a whole lifestyle approach as opposed to an individual 4, 6, 12-week short-term thing. So I've totally gone off on a ramble there now. So what were we at?
No, that's good. Just about your own journey through figuring out what works for you and what are the kind of, I guess, the principles that help us as coaches help people get results. And that's a hard one to kind of learn because it doesn't sound really like it's going to be that easy. It's right, get them training in a way that they enjoy, create a deficit of calories if they want to lose weight. And then you're like, well, how exactly do I do it? Well, it's like, look at their social life, look at their psychology, look at their preferences, their affordability, their convenience, their ability to cook. And then you might just think, can't I just have those 5 foods that I shouldn't eat and those 5 foods that I should eat? That's just so much easier.
Sometimes that is easier. I think you wrote a post on this recently on as well. Like, sometimes it is easier to keep things a little bit more simple. But I guess it comes down to the individual and what works for that person. What I do with person A over here, it could be completely different with person B, but the principles are still the same of that at the end of the day, we want you to be active, we want you to be healthy, we want your stress, your sleep, your water intake to be improved. It may not be a perfect picture of what we give you starting off, but the point is that you improve on that, and it's certainly better than what you were doing last week or the week before, and that we work on that step by step and bring it forward. So if you look at someone's nutrition advice or their program, it may not be exactly what we want them to be doing, but it's certainly better than what they were doing last week. And just a step-by-step process and looking at one thing at a time, as opposed to trying to all pack it into one because, well, that's just too much at once and it makes it really hard to adhere to. Compromise. So alcohol is a big thing, I guess, for people, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with going out, enjoying yourself, having a drink. But we may cut down from 10 drinks to maybe only just a couple at a time.
Absolutely.
And well, might not still be perfect, but hey, it's better than what you were doing. So there we go.
Brilliant.
But yeah, one step at a time. Totally for everyone. That's all.
Brilliant. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be complicated, and it doesn't have to be dieting. It just we'll see what works for you. And that's what an assessment for is, to sit down and have a chat, see what will work for you, what's realistic for you to do, and the time that you have, and work with that and try to improve on it. So,
brilliant.
That's it.
Brilliant. No, that's great information. So, with dealing with so many people on a weekly basis, let's say there's a hot topic or a flavor of the month, or some study comes out and all the media pick up on it that, let's say, weight training is bad or sugar is evil. And let's say that your clients are going to have these questions. How do you evaluate these resources or help people kind of refine their BS filter when the news feed is just chock-a-block of go left, go right, no go up, no go down, and they just can't understand why the information is so confusing and conflicting? how do you help your clients deal with that?
You know what? As a PT, I'm sure I have lots of different sources of information just to get different perspectives. But as a client, limit your sources of information. I mean, if you have 20 different sources, they're going to tell you all different things. You don't need that. You don't need to have all these different things coming in. So limit your where you're getting your information from, and I'll have your BS filter on as well. If something's sensationalized or well, this is the only way to do it. If you don't do this, you're going to fail. Alarm bells should be going off in your head saying, no, okay, I'm going to take a step back from that. No one thing is bad. Over-consuming something might be a problem, but sugar isn't the problem. I don't know what else, but if fat was ridiculed there for a while as well, that's not the problem. All of these things as a whole might be in some way the problem, but one individual thing, no. But limit your sources of information and stick to that. Stick to your guns. Use your common sense. Sit back from it and ask questions. Ask why. There's a lot of information out there, and it can be totally confusing for people. But I think the less information sometimes, the better. And wait when something comes out on social media.
Well, lost you there, Dee. Have you gone through a tunnel? We might just see if you come back there now in a second. We'll give it 2 seconds. If not, we'll do this in part 1 and part 2. No luck, Dee. All right, we'll pause this one.